beautiful. Congrats. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good.
My name's Gwen. What's your name?
William. William.
William.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and call me Will
yeah.
or
Okay, well,
Banjo or
yeah,
Banjo.
I noticed that. I'm sure you get a lot of questions. Wow, I'm going to talk to Bon Jovi.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this band. My favorite
Ah,
band.
for sure. Yeah.
The,
So so I see a few guitars. Actually, I see a lot of guitars on the wall
yeah,
behind you. Do you
yeah,
play?
yeah. I play guitar, but I'm not
Yeah,
professional, but I play
pretty well.
very well. Very,
Very well. So you
well,
could
pretty
be a
well.
professional. You could be
Yeah,
a professional. Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
I guess because it's so hard. Play music, play guitar. It's like to learn English, because
yes.
there are a lot of when I compare English with music
Yeah.
or guitar. In English, there are lots of words that I have never seen before.
Yeah.
And guitar is the same thing. There
Same
are
thing. Yeah.
lots of scales,
Yeah.
solos,
And
techniques
there's
that I have
always
never seen.
and lots of licks.
Licks.
Do
Yeah,
you know guitar licks?
yeah, licks.
Or riffs. Or riffs, we call
Riffs.
them too. You know?
Riffs.
Yeah,
I
riffs. Because
use I
those are
use it all the time.
yeah, riffs. Yep.
Riffs. Do you play
Well, you're
guitar?
talking. I'm do play music. I play a little guitar, but I
Ah,
play
great.
more the violin. There, you can see my
Violin.
violin. I think right
Oh,
there.
oh, yeah. This guitar here, acoustic guitar. It's
Yeah,
very
it's got
similar. Violin.
yes,
Yeah,
it has
this
the F holes. The
uh,
F, we call those like the letter
F.
F, the
It's
F
like
holes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like
very nice.
F, letter F.
Yeah, yeah.
And could you play
No.
violin? Oh my! Why? Why?
Well, I don't know. What can I do? I don't. It's
Uh,
like I can play a little bit, but I'm sort of studying right now, and I'm feeling like I don't know anything on the violin. What could I play?
no,
I'm
I don't know.
playing like
You should give it a
I'm working
shot.
on scales, and
Oh,
it's hard to
thanks.
play with the.
Thanks.
It's hard to play.
I love the sound
Yeah,
of
but I'm
this
looking at a
instrument.
classical.
Okay. Wow. Beautiful. So beautiful. Congrats.
Yeah.
You rock. You rock. You rock. Congrats. I
Well, I
love.
like to. I'm working on my improvisation. Like I've been reading. I'm studying
Mm,
the jazz things
right.
and
Yeah.
trying to figure. I'm actually trying to study jazz, and the more I study, like it's kind of funny because I've always played by ear. When I improvise, I just
Great.
like I
And it's
played.
so
I've been
hard.
invited,
It's so hard to
like
play
people
by
invite me
ear.
to jam, and so I play by ear. And now I thought, well, now I have some free time. I want to study jazz. But the
Mm.
more I study, I think that's a bunch of nonsense. What are they going on about? It's like they tell me you can play this scale and this scale and
Uh,
this scale, and then I go, well, that means I can play any note. So why scales?
it's not bother. It's not.
I don't
Yeah.
get it yet.
When it comes to playing guitar or other
Like the
instruments,
solo on the
it's
guitar is the same like what
yeah,
I do. When you solo, it's
yeah,
very similar.
and it's so hard to play by ear as well. There
Yeah,
are lots of musics that I'd like to
yeah,
play on my guitar, and oh my. So sometimes
yeah.
I get, but in other times it's so
So do you
hard.
play? But so do you try and learn like solos, like Bon Jovi solos?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you
There is
read the
one.
sheet music, or do you learn them
Oh, okay. And I have I have
like
a
the guitar?
channel. I have a channel on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I teach some
Oh, you
expressions
teach?
in English. Yeah, but I'm
Ah,
not a teacher. Okay. Because I love when it comes to learning English, I love phrasal verbs and idioms. It's my
Ah, perfect.
favorite
Great.
subject. Yeah, and I have I bought.
That's good.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's in Portuguese. Fale tudo em
Ah,
inglês.
yes. Yeah.
Speak all things in
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Advanced, and there are
Very cool.
lots of idioms and
Yeah.
phrasal verbs here.
So
And
do you
there is
use
a video there. Sorry,
ah,
go on.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. So send me your link and I'll look you up
Okay,
afterwards.
yeah, there is I posted a video, my last video in my channel, and I was singing a song because I would like to show an expression, make believe, when you
Yeah.
pretend,
Yeah. Make
right?
believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
very it's actually it's a good word, isn't it?
Então, nesse caso aqui, the music is very loud, isn't it? Então, a música está muito alta, né? Então, essa pequena questão no final dessa frase é o nosso né. Porém, tem essa regra de uso. Né? Nesse caso, foi utilizado o verbo to be, né? Que está aí conjugado, que é o is, the music is. O sujeito dessa frase é o the music. Então, o pronome pessoal relativo a esse sujeito, the music, é o it, porque the music está no singular e não é pessoa. Então, o pronome pessoal relativo a ele é o it. Por isso que na question tag foi utilizado o it. Né? Então, the music is, quando você cria uma question tag em relação a essa estrutura, você repete novamente o verbo to be, is, coloca o not, porque a primeira frase é afirmativa, então a question tag tem que ser negativa. E você coloca o pronome pessoal relativo ao sujeito, no caso é o the music. Então por isso que a question tag é o isn't it. E no segundo exemplo, primeira frase é negativa, the music is not very loud. Então por isso que a question tag ficou dessa forma positiva. Is it, né? Só repetiu novamente o verbo to be is e colocou o pronome pessoal it, relativo ao sujeito, the music. Então, the music, nesse segundo exemplo, the music is not, negativo, ó, is not very loud. Por isso que ficou is it, né? Que é a mesma coisa que o né. A música não está muito alta, né? Ok?
yeah, yeah. And I will put here the link because I was singing this video. But my voice is so terrible. My voice is so terrible. But I like to sing.
What? So are you singing an original song?
Yeah, this no. But this song is by Google Dolls.
Oh, Go-Go Dolls. Go-Go?
Yeah, Google
Go-Go Dolls. Yeah. I think I've heard of that, but I don't know what their music is. I'm old.
If you want to watch this link, I don't know because
Yeah, well, I don't know. Should I watch it now? Because then I won't be able to talk to
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
just
short
gonna
video.
open it up.
It's a
Oh
short
yeah, it is
video.
only a minute.
Yeah.
So while I'm waiting for it, it's taking some time. Tell me what you're doing in Cambly. What are you working on? Just free conversation or?
Yeah, oh my, I say this all the time here when I am here on Cambly. It's so hard to find someone who speaks English here in my country, and I'd like to practice more this skill, speaking, mainly listening. Listening is my big challenge. I try to practice all the time, and with different audios,
Yeah.
especially with interesting things, because
Yeah.
in my opinion, in my humble opinion, you need
Yeah.
to learn about culture, custom, when you
Yeah.
want to learn another language, because here in our English courses in Brazil, we learn greetings,
Ugh,
farewells. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, how are you? I'm
yeah, and
fine.
ordering food in the
And
restaurant
you?
and looking for the
Yeah.
hotel room and
How's
yeah,
your how's
talking
your
about your
day so
hobbies.
far? Talking
I
about
brush
the
my teeth.
weather. Yeah.
Like whoever talks about brushing their teeth, when does that ever come up in conversation?
Yeah. And I guess yeah,
Brush
yeah.
my hair, I brush my teeth.
Yeah, okay. It's very important when you start to learn English, but
Yes.
with all the time you need to learn other things,
Yeah, that's
important
right.
things. Yeah, I.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Where are you from?
I
Canada.
grew up in Canada. I was born in Canada, but I've lived more than half of my life outside of Canada. So
Okay,
most
great,
of the time in
great.
Mexico. In Mexico
Mexico.
and
Uh,
now I live in Spain. I'm in Spain right now.
do you speak Spanish?
Sí, claro que sí. Yeah, I
Oh,
do. I'm
great.
pretty fluent. I think I'm really quite fluent in Spanish, and I can understand a lot of Portuguese too. Falo
Understand?
português. No, no
Português?
falo, pero
Se começar a
my
falar em português, você me
yeah.
entende. Então,
I can I
você
can
gosta
sort of understand.
você
It's
gosta
like yeah,
da minha
see,
língua?
yeah, I do,
Você
I
gosta?
do.
Great.
Yeah,
Do you like my
but where do you
language?
what? It's lovely, and I want to visit
Mm,
Brazil sometime. It's one of the countries that when people ask me
yeah.
what countries would you like to visit, Brazil is in my top
Brazilian?
10 for
Oh,
sure.
Canada
So
is
what part?
mine. Canada is
Yeah,
mine. Yeah,
what
because
part of Brazil do you live in?
São Paulo
Ah, okay.
is a
And were
big
you born there?
state. Yeah, I was born in the capital,
Yeah.
and but I live in a small town outside from the
And what
capital,
do you do there? Are you in the
Jundiaí.
country? In a
Jundiaí.
small village? Yeah.
And it's not a small because okay, I have a problem with this word because a long time in the beginning when I was studying English, I
Yeah.
learned a specific word, countryside. But the
Oh yeah.
countryside you use when you want to talk about horse, cattle, uh,
No, no. What
gunfights. Sorry,
country?
no,
Yeah. And you know what?
countryside. It's
You
like
know what? And people don't use that word anymore. Like you wouldn't hear young
mm,
people who listen to Bon Jovi don't talk about the countryside.
countryside.
Countryside is
Okay.
now it's now a word for like the little old British ladies who drink tea.
The, okay.
Like I don't hear it.
Right,
I
right.
wouldn't even me. I wouldn't say it. Like I'm going to the countryside. We just say I'm going to the country. I'm going to
Okay,
the
yeah,
country. Yep.
yeah.
And then and
Okay.
so in countryside does mean that like the hills and the farm fields and the
The
cows and
farm,
the country.
yeah,
Yeah. So you
yeah.
can have a little village in the country. If it's a little
Yeah, but
village
yes, but here
in the
you can
country.
find lots of companies, buildings,
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So it's not really in the
I try
country.
to avoid use this word, specific word,
Yeah.
countryside, and I use
Yeah.
small town or a little town.
It's a small town.
A friend of mine who lives in California said this to me. Oh, you can use small
Countryside.
town.
Yeah, it's a small town. And
Yeah,
so and then there's this other
because
thing that
capital
happens.
it's so big. Capital it's very important
And you know what happens?
part
You
of
get
my state. Urban sprawl.
urban
Oh,
sprawl, which is urban sprawl,
sprawl. I've
which
never
is what
seen this
happens
word
now.
before.
I know it's
Sprawl.
not that common, but we do use. That's what happens when you've got a big city. And
Okay,
before, like 20 years ago, you had small towns in the country, but
okay.
now because of development, it's all connected. So the big city
Great.
just keeps growing, and so there's no more little towns. It's all sort of connected. That's urban sprawl. You've got
Oh,
all this,
great.
between there's just like continuous shopping malls and houses
Mm,
and buildings and
okay,
businesses.
I use this.
Urbanization, it's just the
I
cities keep
will.
growing.
I'll
Yeah.
use
Yeah, it's
this
kind of a good word.
sprawl.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
complain about it. Urban sprawl. I
Okay.
can imagine
And
like a heavy rock.
could you create a sentence with this
Yeah.
two words,
So there's
please?
a lot of over the last 20 years, the
Mm,
urban sprawl in my area is
great.
overwhelming. So it's a
Great.
noun. It's urban sprawl. Yeah.
Overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Do you know
Yeah,
overwhelming? That's too much.
I learned this word when I was listening to a song by One Direction. It's a boy band.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
Direction. Okay, yeah, because I guess in 2012, my son was 4 or 5 years old. I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess,
Yeah.
and he was singing this. Oh, he was listening to the song, and I was paying
You
attention
heard
in the
the word, so
lyrics.
you,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I noticed that they use this word
yeah,
overwhelming,
yeah.
overwhelming. Okay, could you create
Overwhelmed.
another sentence with this?
Overwhelmed.
Because
Yeah.
I will be
You know,
honest that I know lots of words in English, but when I am talking to different people here, uh, and I have a short time here, to talk.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of words it's so hard to use them in my
Yeah.
daily conversation.
think
But I,
I
but I
think
know but I
now,
know this
yeah,
word.
yeah.
But in
You can,
context, it's great.
yeah. I think now, I'm not sure,
Could
but I
could you
think when
write?
you
Could you
Google,
write, please? Could you
yeah,
write
I will.
sentence?
And I was going to say, overwhelmed can be a verb and
And now
used as an adjective, right? It is
adjective. Oh, okay,
overwhelming, right? Like
overwhelming.
the pandemic. The pandemic is overwhelming, right? It's just too much. In Spanish, is agobiante, agobiar.
Okay, and is there a synonym of this
For
word?
overwhelm, I would say I can't think of one right now. I'd have to click on it and look it up myself. But I would say it's like too much.
Too
It's
much.
too much.
It's
Yeah.
okay. This word I
It's
use at a
overwhelming. It's
time.
too much.
I use this
Yeah.
word at a time.
It's a little more sophisticated.
Sophisticated, and
But it's yeah, it's
I
a
would
little more
like to
formal,
be a
but it's good.
sophisticated
Yeah,
person.
it's good. It's
I would.
overwhelming, but it's good. It's a good
Okay.
word. It's not snobby. It's a good word.
I would
And
like to be a sophisticated
there you go.
person. Yeah, try use it.
Yes,
Try
use
using it in my
overwhelming.
daily
And
routine.
we use it a lot. It's like we use it a lot. Like, I don't want to overwhelm you. Like maybe you're talking to a music student and you say, I want to
Mm.
study jazz. And look, I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm not going to teach you 50 scales at once. So to not overwhelm you, I'm just going to show you this one scale. Then when you've got that down, we'll do the next scale. You know what I mean? You don't want to
Yeah.
overwhelm your students with too many phrasal verbs, right?
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
can be overwhelming. It's
Thanks.
very important.
Thanks.